Hi, this is Bonnie Baker. I live in Chesapeake, Virginia, and I'm a complex litigation specialist. My mom and dad met in church youth group when my mom was 15 and my dad was 18, and in April they celebrated their 54th wedding anniversary. I grew up in the middle of three children. I have two sisters, kind of like the Cleavers. Our neighborhood was great for kids. Every weekend, your mom told you to go outside and play while she cleaned the house. You came home when the street lights came on. We spent our summers doing swim team, Christian high school. My parents are the best, couldn't be more encouraging and telling us we could do anything we wanted to do. In my 20s, kids were not anywhere on my agenda. Sometimes my mom feels like she might have missed out by having kids so young, and that was just something that I never wanted to do. I always wanted to wait till I was older. I felt like I wanted the career and I wanted to go see things and do things before I settled down. And I always think kids keep you young too, so I always figured when I'm old I'll be going to the kids' football games and those kind of things. And I wanted to be financially stable too, when we had kids and settled down, and I was not ready in my 20s for sure. For some reason, I always thought I would have kids when I was 35. I don't know what it was about that number, but it just seemed like I was still young enough to have kids, but I would have done all the things that I wanted to do. Didn't think it would take me as long as it did for me to find the right partner. But I tell everyone, always never settle. Wait for the right one and you'll never regret it, no matter how long it takes. I met my partner, Gary, when I was 38. We dated for about 2 years before we decided to even think about having kids. We wanted to make sure that we were in the right relationship and we were stable and we were on the same page with parenting. And so being 40, we decided to go to the fertility clinic to see if I still was fertile. I had no idea waiting till 40 would make it as hard as it did for us to get pregnant, and we decided for me to go to the fertility clinic to see if I still even had eggs. That was kind of where our thinking was. Well, let's make sure it's even a possibility. So I went and had no idea that insurance didn't cover any of this. So that was eye-opening. And so I had to take a loan from my 401k to help pay for this because it was all out of pocket, even the blood tests and everything. I did have plenty of eggs, but I had fibroids, so that caused issues. So I had a lot of testing, and the end result was the doctor told me that basically I wasn't going to get pregnant unless I did IVF. And it was only a 7% chance for me to get pregnant with IVF. It was heartbreaking. I felt like they took a lot. I mean, it was like $10,000 for the doctor to say you're never getting pregnant. So it was devastating at the time. And then we tried for about 2 years on our own, just using one of the apps that they have for ovulation calculators, and we did temperature charting and all of those things. And I'm not gonna lie, that took a toll on our relationship, where it was very stressful, like every month when it didn't happen, just on the two of us, because it made our relationship about getting pregnant and not about us anymore. So it took a lot of focus away from the fun that we used to have, and it was not easy. So after having my surgery and everything, I was kind of discouraged, and I didn't want to go back to the fertility place because I didn't like how the doctor handled everything. and I didn't want to keep pouring money because I wouldn't have any money to raise the baby on. So if I kept pouring money into that. So I found that acupuncture was a viable option for women with infertility issues, and especially older women trying to get pregnant. Acupuncture is like total body wellness. My doctor, she worked like from my mind down. It wasn't just about my getting my cycles in order and getting my hormones in order. She actually worked on my being ready. As she said it, your body has to want to welcome the baby. So you need to be mentally in a happy place, so the baby wants to come into your life. And she never gave up on me. She always told me that, I was going to get, you're going to get pregnant, Bonnie. Don't stress about that part of it. It's just a matter of when. And I never gave up hope ever, even when people thought I was crazy. And even my own mom, I know at times she thought I was crazy. Like, honey, that dream has passed, that ship has sailed. And I just kept telling her, Mom, it's going to happen. 2 months shy of my 44th birthday, I got pregnant on my own. And we had a perfectly healthy baby. And he's 5 now. We love him to pieces. So. Working full-time and having a young child, it's important for you to take 5 minutes for yourself and find something that makes you happy. And I like to read. I'll read anywhere. I will read when I'm sitting at a red light in the car. I read at the beach. I read in my room. I read on the couch. Wherever I can take my 5 minutes when my son is taking a shower or he's playing in his room. That's my thing, and it recharges me and it makes me happy. So everybody needs to find what makes them happy, and definitely take time for yourself when you're a mom, because you don't get a lot of it. When I look back on how I thought my life would be at this stage, I didn't think it would take me so long to find a partner, and I didn't think I would have a child at 44 years old, and I didn't think I would stay at my original job for 25 years before I switched careers. And there's a lot of things that I didn't think I would do, but if you don't put limits on yourself, you can do anything. And so what I tell people is, don't ever settle. Keep doing what you know in your gut is right, and you never go wrong when you do that. And I think if you just listen to your gut, you always will feel like you did the right thing, and you won't be sorry. Her turn means to me not comparing yourself to other people's milestones. Everyone's journey is different. I spent time in my 30s because I thought I was going to have a kid by the time I was 35. And then I wasn't in the right relationship. And then that passed and I was getting older. But I had watched all of my friends get married and have babies and be happy and have all of these milestones that I hadn't reached yet. So there was an envious part of me, but never a jealous part of me, because I figured my time would come. So like, her turn to me means I waited, and it was finally my turn when I met Gary and we made this family together and we had Austin, and so it was finally my turn. So I feel like if you're patient and you look at your own journey and not someone else's, you'll be much happier. Because if you're always comparing yourself to someone else's, it's never going to measure up. But your journey is not their journey.